Good morning, this is Bill from Auto Europe in Naples, and today I have one that's a little bit outside the box. This is a 1954 Sunbeam Talbot Alpine Special Roadster. This is not a very prolific car. There weren't a whole bunch of these things. In fact, this one was one of 64 that got shipped to the country, left-hand drive version for U.S. market to promote rally racing. It was part of the whole, I don't know if you want to call it a British invasion, but post-World War II, when all the GIs came back, they got into, racing some of these smaller and lighter sports cars they'd found in Europe, stuff that we just didn't have in the United States. MG TD is probably the most famous of them. And this was part of that. It also is a bit of a movie star. One of these cars appeared in the movie To Catch a Thief with Grace Kelly and Clark Gable. I believe it was Clark Gable. Anyway, apparently she gave him a very vicious ride around the Alps in an Alpine, in a Alfred Hitchcock movie that, became somewhat famous and gave the car some legs historically. Anyway, one of 64, it's a special roadster. You can denote it by certain distinguishing features, such as the louvers on the hood. Inside there is a underdash tachometer. It is a pretty neat piece all in all. It's a true two-seat open roadster. It does have a top, which I'm going to pause in a little while and put up so you can see it. But no exterior door handles, no true side windows, just a couple of beautiful chrome bolt-on affairs with sliding glass on it. You can see the rims very, very sporty. They almost look like they came off a Accord to me. Not a Honda Accord, but a Accord Phaeton. If you remember those cars, these rims have a very similar look with the beautiful chrome half caps. Sunbeam is a pretty fabled car company, and even though it has this long, incredible history, starting with a bicycle company in 1888, it's truly not the most exciting history. I read through it last night to refresh my memory on anything I know about Sunbeams, which frankly is about as much as I know about doing brain surgery on lizards. And I just couldn't find anything in the history of Sunbeam that just stood out. I mean, like a lot of other companies, they started doing wartime production. They made airplane motors. They built an airplane that was supposed to compete with the Sopwith Camel for Britain's World War I effort, and the Sopwith Camel won out, so they didn't really get to make too many of those things. In 1935, they were bought by the Roots brothers, a big, sort of oligarchy of a company that took them in a new direction. They were going to do high-end cars, then they did some average price cars, and anyway, the late 40s, early 50s rolled around, and they decided that they were going to make some sports cars. One of their dealers, a guy named George Hartwell, if I remember right, had done some stuff for rally preparation, so they took that idea and they built these cars. Of the Sunbeam Alpine Roadsters, they only made about 1,500 in total, so the Special Roadster is truly a rare version of an even rarer car. This one was found, it was stored for 35 years. It's never been truly restored. It's all original underneath. Of course, it got a paint job at some point. It got new leather inside, new top put on, but it is essentially the way that it came from Sunbeam Talbot underneath, and that's pretty cool stuff. So anyway, you can see the period correct tires on there, really, really cool. That beautiful sweeping front end. You can really tell that this is an expensive car. When I first saw it, I didn't realize it until I started getting into the details of it, and when I did, my God, was I impressed. Anyway, let's start inside the trunk. So that lifts up, nicely spring retained. You see it is actually a giant trunk, so if you want to make this thing a daily driver, it's not going to be a problem. Everything nice and solid back there. The car has no corrosion on it. Yeah, a little bit of surface rust underneath, the kind of stuff you'd expect to see. But the rigidity, the structural integrity, incredible, perfect on this car. Now, to get into the spare tire section, I'm going to have to borrow this little tool, which frankly looks like something you'd use to kill werewolves or vampires with. And there's this beautiful little slip up thing. This is all hard to do one-handed. In there, give it a twist and pull down, and have a look at that. How cool. So rear middle panel shoots down, actually Triumph TR3 style, and you've got a spare tire mounted in there. Now let's see if I can get this back up without harming anything. Yeah, everything is just hard to do one-handed. Everything. Well, not everything. There we go. Very, very nice. So that is just fantastic British engineering. When I mean, which you almost laugh when you say British. I'm sorry to my British friends, but it is kind of a running joke. But not when this car was built. These were some incredibly fine pieces. You can see the beautiful chrome, the condition of it, the taillights, the gas cap. The straightness of the body is exceptional. Beautiful hinges back here. The little soft top retainer. You know, the two-door, you know, two-seat Roadster thing has given it, it's based on this 90 coupe, and it has just given it the most beautiful lines, this huge sweeping back end. But Grace Kelly really liked driving it. Okay, now getting under the hood is going to be miserable. For one, it has the most violent hood release that I've ever felt. The spring is super loaded. Oh, I hate doing this. Anyway, there it pops up. Now this thing, in true British engineering style, is designed to pull all the skin off your fingers. So what happens is you have to reach in like this. This guy here is razor sharp, so it's desperately trying to harm you as you lift it up. Okay, under here is a 2.2 liter, a little more than that, 4-cylinder. Now for this car, for the Special Roadster, that's been bumped up. It got a higher compression ratio, it got a twin choke Solex carburetor, putting out almost 100 horsepower in this thing, which was quite a bunch for the day. I believe the real rally prep versions could attain, you know, about 123, 124 miles an hour, which was fast as hell. You can see how mint and original it is under there. I don't know, mint's a strong word. How nice and clean and proper and original it is under the hood. And look at this. I mean, this could be off like a, you know, a British Air Force Spitfire, that beautiful Shell Oil aluminum, you know, spinner oil filler cap. Just absolutely gorgeous. You've got a big alloy valve cover there. It's just lovely under the hood, and that was one of the tip-offs when I saw this car of just how high-end and how nice it was. And that louvered hood is absolutely incredible. I also love the little fender mirror up there, although I don't know who invented those because they're frankly almost impossible to adjust. All right, let's have a look inside. So to get in, you've got this little slider right here, which you pull back. Opens up the door. Now when the top's up, you can slide a window back to get in there, which is kind of neat stuff. The seats, they lift up like this, and back here you can see you've got a little storage area. You can fit your glass side windows in there. The top fits into those little guys there and slides down, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful place on the car, and it's completely hidden by the seats. It also has incredibly cool features like this big spin dial here, which adjusts the seat up and down. The leather is about the finest craftsmanship that I've seen come out of a trim shop. I need to find out who did this. There's no way it could be in our little town. There's nobody here who does work like this. They are perfect. I mean, it is this beautiful, rich, soft leather in this original, you know, dark red color. Just absolutely gorgeous. All that goes over into the door panels. These are where the windows attach. This beautiful big stylized clunky door opener, lovely armrests. The car is just absolutely stunning. And let's hop in. Okay, even the quality way the door closes. So you've got full gauges, being a rally car. You've got your fuel, you've got your what the hell is that over there? Your water temp, you've got your amps, you've got your oil pressure, you've got 120 mile an hour speedo with kilometers beneath it. Very, very modern and very cool for 1954. You've also got this incredibly neat banjo steering wheel, pencil thin, with the turn signals. That one, that is not special to the Roadster. That came out of a lot of other Sunbeam cars. Beautiful leather up on the dashboard. This sort of Art Deco style dash with all the thin lines in it is just gorgeous. Little Bakelite handle on the glove box there. You can see B for bonnet release. Over here you've got your choke control. This is your starter. Can't remember what I is. It's either the wipers or, yeah, it's probably the wipers. This guy here, the ignition switch, the headlights are built around it. It's just so cool the way this thing has been styled. Also, this big under dash tack, that was proper for the special Roadster by the AC company. Really cool to look at. And here is a complete rarity, and that is a floor mounted shifter. The vast majority of these cars, virtually every one of them, came with a column shifter. Now they did turn out a few with a floor mount, and other guys converted them, so which is which I can't say. Some enterprising guy is going to have to figure out the history of this thing. Alright, so here it is with the top now in the installed and up position, with the side windows installed as well. And it is absolutely gorgeous, simple, incredible quality, and just really, really attractive to look at. We've got a few wrinkles there in the back plastic, but it's new, it's mint, it's perfect. Just needs to sit on the car for a little while. What really is incredibly cool to me is the lack of exterior door handles. Again, you get in there and open that up. Look at the way this window frame installs with the two wing nuts here, this beautiful, thick, incredible chrome, the lovely chrome surround. To take those out, you just loosen this guy, and that guy there slides out. There's a spot for it behind the seats or in the trunk if you're brave, and anyway, then you have your open-topped Roadster again. But that's it with the top up. Absolutely beautiful, incredible collector piece. Truly, truly incredible, and probably, you know, 83% watertight like that. So God forbid you have it out on a rainy day, but if you do, you'll probably be, you know, mostly dry. Anyway, we'll get that back down, and oh, let me show you one quick thing, the way it works here in the back. So I haven't quite got it sorted, but there's these two little wing nuts, and then this is a big slider that goes all the way up and down here. So when you loosen that, technically the whole top should fold, slide down to there, and still in the back. I haven't done it that way yet because it seems a little bit perilous to me. I've just been removing the top, but maybe we'll give it a shot. Anyway, there it is, top up, gorgeous. We'll get that back down and go for a spin. All right, so ignition on, and get myself in neutral here. I don't think we need choke. Let's see, it's pretty hot out today. And press the start button. And the thing fires right to life. I mean, this is a terrific running car. Now, as far as driving this with the camera, this is not going to be easy. But we're going to do it. The big steering wheel is just incredible. All right, so to get reverse, I've got to press that little red knob, go back. No power steering, of course, so you got to get the car rolling before you turn the wheel if you want it to happen easily. Back into first. This is an unsynchronized gearbox, so you really do have to be a little gentle and careful with it. And away we go. I'd say I feel like Grace Kelly already, but that has some connotations. What a terrific driver this car is. Absolutely unbelievable. You can tell just how peppy it is. You know, for a 1950s car, it is just epic, epic. It feels much more modern, and that's a testament to its, you know, it's essentially designed for racing. Try to get out of here without killing myself or others. So I can tell you what an amazing feeling to be in this two-seat open Roadster. Again, one of 64 made. That's nice. We have fruitcake spitting out the door. You know, I wonder if, you know, they taught him that in charm school, if that's just, hey, today's the day we learn how to spit out the door of a pickup truck. You know, and then they walk around with books on their head. Who knows? Anyway, yeah, nicer in the old neighborhood. We're going to get a whole different kind of world down here. Anyway, look at that louvered hood, that incredible fender mirror, this beautiful short dashboard, or sorry, windshield with the chrome surround. Great little place to put, even back then you could have put your I don't know what you'd have, maybe a Walther PPK or something, stick it in there. You know, this beautiful stylistic dashboard with the inlaid body color panels, the beautiful ivory steering wheel with the Sunbeam logo. You know, the quality of this car is just evident throughout. Absolutely amazing. Oh God, this is tedious, absolutely tedious. But honestly, I'm glad I didn't drive this one home. It's sure to spit oil out everywhere, and it'll just screw up the pavers. We're gonna get to go finally. Yes, it's gonna spit oil. It's a British car, don't even pretend otherwise. All right, away we go. Now the wind noise could get bad, but it doesn't matter. Let's just see what it can do. I want to say 0 to 60 is like 18 seconds, so it's not what I would call a race car, but again, pretty quick for the day. Independent front suspension, stiffened chassis. This thing was made to run. Fourth, so all 4 gears shifting beautifully, the engine just purring along. This car is an absolute champion, a true collectible. They say maybe only about 200 Alpines have survived in all, and this was just one of 64 special ones that came to the United States. So you're talking about an incredibly rare, incredibly cool car. If you have an interest, give us a call, 239-298-8000, on the web at aenaples.com. Now, I thought I was going to be clever and, you know, pause the video in the middle of this to give myself time. I took a video of doing the top earlier because that takes about 15 minutes to get on. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to edit that thing in there as seamlessly as possible. But anyway, whatever. It'll all come together. Again, 54 Sunbeam Alpine Talbot Special Roadster. What a beauty. What an absolute beauty. Thanks for having a look. We appreciate it. We'll see you with the next one. Take care.